Hey loves, I am Lisa Michelle, actor, singer, songwriter, filmmaker, and lover of magic and manifestation. I wanted to talk to you today about what to do when you are a working actor who's not working. First of all, I would get clear with yourself that you are still a working actor in between gigs, because being in between gigs is just a part of the business. No matter who you are or how long your resume is, being in between gigs is natural. It is just a part of what we do. Every contract comes to an end, so get used to it. And remember that you're a whole and valuable person in spite of not being on set or on stage. Starting with the mind, I would say take care of your inner self. And yes, that might sound woo-woo to some people, but I think more people are waking up to how important that is. So check in with your mental health in whatever way suits you best. So that could mean therapy, that could mean getting a mindset coach, a business coach, getting a spiritual advisor, taking time to have a morning ritual or meditation, journaling, something that has you reflecting on what's going on in your mind, so that if there's things there that aren't serving you, you can have some sort of guidance or mentorship or thought process about how to make that better. It's so important because what we do is so giving of the mind and of the body and of the soul and spirit and emotion. At least that's what performance is to me. So you have to make sure you're filling your cup, because when the next gig rolls around, you want to have something to give. You need to be a whole person when you walk into a job and when you walk out of a job. So fill your cup, fill your mind, fill your soul and your spirit with what serves you to the highest. Another way I like to do that is by reading. One of my favorite books is The Power of the Actor. So obviously, reading books about acting can only help you be ready for the next gig, but you don't even have to read about acting. Read anything, read everything. Whether it's fiction, whether it's self-help books, reading just gives you another perspective. It helps you with storytelling. It just helps to keep the wheels turning. It helps to keep your mind connected to words, which words are such a huge part of acting. So you want to keep that motor running. You want to keep that flowing within you. So read something to do with the business or not. This in-between time is also a good time to check in with your body. Have you been working out? If not, develop a routine while you have the time. Again, time is of the essence, because when we're on contract, at least when I am, I can go all in on a job and really focus in on it and not leave room for anything else. So for example, the last big gig I had was The Lion King. Phenomenal, dream come true, but it was all consuming. So while I was on that gig, I tended to neglect the needs of my body sometimes. But what saved me was that before I started that gig, I had developed a routine of working out consistently. I had a little accountability group with a couple friends of mine where we would check in and we were doing a specific workout challenge. And because I had that routine going for months before I started working on The Lion King, even when I fell off that train, I was easily able to get back on it because I knew what it felt like to routinely care for my body, and I knew how good it felt when I got back on that train. So while you have the downtime, reflect on how much you've been doing for your body. Can you do more? And if not, do better and start it now so that you already have a routine in place or a good habit in place before the next big thing. Now that you got your mind and your body right, take that body outside, go somewhere. So nature's a great place to start. But if like me, you're currently in Canada and the weather is like, "Nyeh," just find yourself at events. There's so much going on other than being on set or on stage. So stay connected to what's happening outside the four walls of your home and talk and connect and meet with other actors. It'll feel so good. It'll help reinvigorate your spirit. It can help get you out of this lonely silo feeling that can sometimes come with being an actor, especially because 99% of our auditions are inside by ourselves in a self-tape format. I think it's really important to show up at events. And this part, I'm really talking to myself because nobody loves their home more than I do. So sometimes it can take a little extra nudge, but once I actually get out there, I always enjoy myself. I always make a good connection. And sometimes it even leads me to an audition. A few times, I have run into a casting director who maybe hasn't brought me in a while, and they'll see me in the flesh and they're seeing all this baby and they're reminded that, hey, I should call on this girl. And they do the next day after I showed up and spoke to them at an event. So be present in the real world. Now, outside of just flashy events, go outside to meet another actor one-on-one. So I've had some of the best conversations with actors I barely knew. A few times, I've reached out to another actor or an actor has reached out to me who we've maybe worked together once and got together for coffee and had the most inspiring, relatable conversation. Because I guarantee you, only another actor knows what you're going through, the uniqueness of our experience and how it feels sometimes between gigs. So getting together with another person to see what classes are they taking, what are they reading, who are they connecting with, what are they working on next, what are their goals. I often leave talking with another actor feeling inspired, sometimes feeling like we had a really good exchange. Sometimes we vent a little, but I don't like to wallow in that energy for too long. But even with a little bit of a vent, as long as we bring each other back up at the end, which always happens naturally, it's a great place to be. So get out to the big events, but also don't be afraid to hit up somebody you barely know, but that you know shares something in common. And that is the craziness of this work. Take a class. Take a class. Take a class you loved that you haven't taken in a while, or take something completely new. If you're predominantly a theater actor, have you tried on-camera classes? If you're predominantly an on-camera actor, have you taken a theater class lately? Get out there, show up, and be taught. Get inspired or re-inspired to do the thing that we love to do, and sharpen your skills in the process. You know, they say if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready, all that good stuff. Be ready for the next gig by staying in class. Now, if maybe your dough is a little light or you're not sure what class to head to next, a lot of folks these days will let you audit a class. So tap in on that class or that acting school that you're interested in and see if they'll let you audit a class. I have actually learned so much by just watching. I didn't understand that concept before, but auditing a class, I swear to you, it's almost as good as taking the class yourself, because I learned so much sitting in and watching how other actors perform, the feedback they're getting, and how they transform after notes. Mind-blowing, very and highly valuable. Now, yes, you're an actor and we often introduce ourselves as such, but you're so much more than that. Don't forget to tap into the other skills and hobbies and things you like to do. If you like to cook, if you like to sing, if you like to dance, do it. Do more of it. Take classes in those things as well, or just do them for fun. But remember that you being a whole person is good for the soul, and having those special skills really do make you a better actor. You have to come to the job with experience. So don't be afraid to live life outside of the performing world and develop those skills and practice those things that have nothing to do with performance, but have everything to do with what makes you who you are. Another thing that I've attended but haven't created myself is a table read. I've had friends put together table reads of their favorite scripts from like a 90s movie or a 2000s movie that they haven't seen in a long time but really were inspired by, and just asked a bunch of friends if they wanted to participate. Did the casting themselves and either showed up on Zoom or showed up in the flesh to go around the table and read a script for fun. It's fun to do. It gets you connected with other actors. It gets you reading scripts, which is our job, and it's just a good time. Last but not least, refresh your marketing materials. When was the last time you updated your demo or your headshot or your website? If you got the dough, get new headshots if it's been a long time. Recut your demo reel. Maybe throw some scenes on there that weren't there before, reorder them, change the thumbnail or whatever it is, but make sure you keep it fresh and interesting. Okay, that's all I got for now. So if you are an actor and you're in between jobs or have ever been in between jobs, let me know what you do to keep yourself inspired, keep your acting skills sharp, and keep your head up. Bye for now.